What happens when one of the most powerful men in the world faces an unexpected confrontation in a luxury hotel lobby? Donald Trump, known for his poise and control, finds himself in an intense standoff with an angry businessman, an encounter that pushes him to confront not just his rival, but his own views on power, fairness, and success. Stay tuned to see how this surprising encounter unfolds. Donald Trump arrives at one of the most prestigious luxury hotels in the heart of the city. The hotel, famous for hosting high-profile guests and offering top-tier service, is bustling with activity. The grand lobby, adorned with golden chandeliers and marble floors, echoes with the murmur of conversations and the sound of luggage being wheeled around. As Trump steps through the revolving glass doors, his towering presence instantly draws attention. Hotel staff straighten their ties, guests turn their heads, and a hushed buzz ripples through the air. Dressed impeccably in a dark suit and a signature red tie, Trump walks with an air of confidence, his eyes scanning the opulent surroundings. He's here for an important business meeting, but as he moves toward the reception desk, there's a subtle tension in the atmosphere. It's hard to pinpoint the cause. Perhaps it's the weight of his persona, or maybe it's something brewing beneath the surface that no one has noticed yet. The energy in the room shifts, and Trump, while maintaining his composed demeanor, senses it too. As Trump approaches the reception desk, the hotel manager, a composed yet visibly nervous man named Mr. Carter, steps forward to greet him. "Mr. Trump, it's an honor to have you here. We've prepared the presidential suite, as per your request." Trump nods, acknowledging the gesture with a slight smirk, but before he can respond, a commotion breaks out near the elevator. A loud voice echoes through the lobby, drawing the attention of everyone, including Trump. It's a middle-aged businessman, red-faced and clearly agitated, arguing with a staff member. Trump watches for a moment, intrigued but unimpressed. His instinct tells him to ignore it and proceed to his suite, but the argument escalates. The man shouts something about unfair treatment, and Trump can't resist stepping in. "Is this how you run your hotel? Guests yelling in the lobby? Unbelievable." Mr. Carter, sweating slightly, stammers an apology. "Apologies, Mr. Trump. I'll handle it right away." But before the manager can intervene, the agitated man notices Trump and directs his frustration toward him. "Oh, look who it is, Donald Trump, the guy who thinks he's above everyone else. Maybe you can teach these people some manners." The tension in the room thickens. Trump, never one to back down from confrontation, steps forward with a calm yet commanding presence. "First of all, I don't tolerate disrespect. Secondly, if you have a problem, take it up with the management. Don't make a scene." The lobby falls silent as everyone waits to see what happens next. The businessman glares at Trump, his frustration bubbling over. "Don't talk to me about respect, Mr. Trump. You think you're better than everyone because of your money and power. But let me tell you, people like you don't intimidate me." The air grows heavier as guests and staff watch the confrontation unfold. Trump, maintaining his composure, gives the man a cold, calculating look. "Listen, I don't need to intimidate anyone. I deal in facts. And the fact is, you're making a fool of yourself in front of all these people." The man takes a step closer, pointing a finger at Trump. "Maybe if people like you didn't get special treatment, the rest of us wouldn't have to fight for what's fair." At this point, Mr. Carter tries to intervene, stepping between Trump and the man. "Gentlemen, please. Let's keep this civil." "Sir," he addresses the man, "if there's an issue, we can resolve it privately." But the man refuses to back down, his anger now directed equally at Trump and the hotel staff. Trump, on the other hand, remains unshaken. "Fairness? Let me tell you something about fairness. It doesn't come from shouting in hotel lobbies. It comes from hard work, smart decisions, and knowing when to walk away. Maybe you should try that sometime?" The man is momentarily stunned into silence. The onlookers exchange glances, some impressed by Trump's confidence, others unsure how this will end. The man clenches his fists, clearly unwilling to let Trump have the last word. "Hard work? Don't lecture me about hard work. I've worked my whole life, while people like you have everything handed to them." Trump narrows his eyes, his expression turning serious. He steps closer, his voice calm but laced with authority. Let me stop you right there. You don't know a thing about me or what I've built. I've faced challenges you can't even imagine. So if you want to play the victim, fine, but don't drag me into your pity party. The room is dead silent now, the tension palpable. Guests and staff alike are frozen in place, watching the exchange like a high-stakes drama. The man scoffs, his anger giving way to a bitter laugh. Of course you'd say that. You've always got away with words, don't you? But words don't change the fact that people like me get trampled while people like you keep rising higher. Trump takes a step back, folding his arms across his chest. His demeanor shifts from confrontational to reflective. Life isn't fair. That's a fact. But here's another fact. You decide how you handle it. You can complain about it or rise above it. Your choice. The man seems taken aback by Trump's words, his anger beginning to waver. The crowd, still watching, seems to hang on every word, waiting to see how the confrontation will end. The businessman stands there for a moment, his fists still clenched, but something in Trump's words seems to have deflated his anger. He exhales sharply, as if coming to terms with the fact that his outburst may have been misguided. Maybe you're right. Maybe I've been so focused on what I don't have that I forgot to look at what I can control. Trump watches the man closely, sensing the shift. He's not used to seeing someone back down, but he recognizes a subtle change in the man's demeanor, perhaps a small victory in making him reflect. It's not about what you don't have. It's about what you do with what you've got. You can spend your life complaining or take the opportunity to change your own fate. The lobby remains quiet, but the tension has eased. Mr. Carter, who has been anxiously watching the exchange, steps in with a sigh of relief. Mr. Carter: Gentlemen, I'm glad to see this issue resolved. If you'd like, we can arrange a private space to discuss things further. The businessman nods, his frustration now mostly replaced with a sense of resignation. The man: Yeah, maybe I'll take you up on that. Trump turns towards the elevator, his back straight, unbothered by the confrontation. As he walks away, the guests in the lobby exchange hushed comments, still processing what just transpired. Some seem impressed by Trump's poise, while others remain uncertain about the resolution. As Trump steps into the elevator, he presses the button for the presidential suite, his mind already shifting back to the business at hand. The elevator doors close with a soft ding, and he leans against the wall, his expression returning to its usual composed state. But the encounter in the lobby hasn't fully left his mind. It wasn't just another argument, this was different. For a brief moment he had seen a reflection of himself in the businessman's frustration. Both men, in their own ways, had experienced the sting of life's unfairness. Trump had risen above it, but the man, lost in his own bitterness, had been stuck in the cycle of complaints. The elevator glides up to the top floor, and the doors open to reveal a breathtaking view of the city. As Trump walks into the suite, the weight of the confrontation seems to lift. He knows this is part of the game, dealing with people, managing perceptions, and sometimes putting others in their place when they need it. Trump takes a moment to look out of the floor-to-ceiling windows, watching the city below. For all the challenges, the noise, and the drama that surrounds him, he's made it. His empire is secure, his reputation intact, and his vision clear. But even as the skyline stretches before him, Trump knows there's always another battle to fight. Whether it's in business, with the media, or in the most unexpected of places like a hotel lobby. The game never truly... Later that evening, as Trump settles in for his meeting, a sense of calmness surrounds him. He's deep in thought, reviewing notes and preparing for what lies ahead. Despite the earlier confrontation, he remains focused, as if the events in the lobby were nothing more than a passing moment. It's in these moments, alone with his thoughts, that Trump is reminded of a critical truth. Life is full of disruptions, but it's how you respond to them that defines you. The door to the suite opens softly, and his assistant steps in with a briefcase, snapping Trump back to reality. Mr. Trump, everything is set for the meeting. Shall we get started? Trump stands, his expression returning to its usual professional demeanor. He nods, ready to face the next challenge head-on. Trump, let's go. We've got work to do. As they head toward the meeting room, Trump's thoughts briefly flicker back to the man in the lobby. It had been a strange moment, unexpected, but in the grand scheme of things, just another part of the unpredictable world he navigates every day. But tonight, there's a new focus. The past is behind him, and the future waits for no one. Whatever happened in that hotel lobby no longer matters. What matters now is the business at hand. Trump knows that, and he's ready to move forward with the same drive and determination that has always defined him. As Trump walks into the meeting room, the focus shifts from the earlier altercation to the matter at hand. The room is lined with polished wood and bathed in soft, ambient light. Around the table sit a group of business leaders, all waiting for Trump's input, his direction. There's a sense of quiet anticipation as he takes his seat at the head of the table, his presence commanding attention without a single word. The meeting kicks off smoothly, with Trump effortlessly taking control of the conversation. His sharp mind processes details with precision, asking the right questions, offering insight where it's needed. The earlier tension in the lobby seems like a distant memory. This is Trump at his best, in his element. However, the events of the day linger at the back of his mind. He can't completely shake the encounter with the businessman, the frustration that had been so raw, so real. It serves as a reminder that no matter how high he climbs, there will always be those who struggle, those who question the fairness of life. Let's focus on the numbers, gentlemen. What we're talking about here isn't personal. It's business. The bottom line is what matters. Everything else is noise. His voice cuts through the room, sharp and direct. The team nods in agreement, as they know better than to argue when Trump is in this zone. His approach, no matter how blunt, gets results. And right now, results are all that matter. Even as he dives deeper into the business discussions, Trump's mind occasionally drifts to the lobby incident. It wasn't just a confrontation, it was a reflection of the world he occupies, a world where success is measured not by fairness. Ninth paragraph. As the meeting progresses, the conversation becomes more technical, with numbers and projections filling the air. But Trump, despite his intense focus, can't help but reflect on the earlier moments in the lobby. The businessman's anger, his words of frustration, still echo in his mind. It's not often that someone challenges Trump so directly, especially in a public space. But that's what made it interesting, the unexpected nature of the encounter. In a world where Trump is typically the one in control, where he dictates the narrative, the businessman had flipped the script for a brief moment. It had been an uncomfortable reminder that even the most successful individuals aren't immune to challenges, to feelings of powerlessness. Make sure to keep the evening's schedule tight. I don't want any distractions. His assistant nods, recognizing the shift in tone. Trump is back to business, but there's a quiet undercurrent of contemplation in his voice. The man in the lobby wasn't just another irritant. He had triggered something in Trump. A small reminder that everyone, no matter how powerful, has their moments of doubt and frustration. But it's how you handle them that sets you apart. As the meeting wraps up, Trump stands, his usual confidence returning fully. He shakes hands with the team, offering words of encouragement, his business persona in full swing. Yet, even as the room empties out, a part of him still lingers on the confrontation earlier in the day. It's a moment he'll likely never forget, not for the drama, but for the fleeting glimpse it offered into the raw, unfiltered side of the world he navigates every day. As Trump finishes his glass of water and looks out at the city, a quiet satisfaction settles over him. He's ready for whatever tomorrow may bring, knowing that every challenge is just another opportunity. The story of the businessman and the lobby will soon fade into the background of his journey, but for now, it's a reminder that no one is immune to the struggles of life. In the end, it's all about how you rise above them. If you enjoyed this glimpse into a day in the life of Donald Trump and the unexpected challenges he faces, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Your support helps us keep bringing these stories to life. And as always, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. What would you have done if you were in Trump's shoes? Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more exciting stories ahead.